Hey guys, so Lord here, back and with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Target exclusive Cobra Island Major Bludd. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, as I said before, today we are taking a look at Major Bludd. He is a, say it with me now, Target exclusive from the G.I. Joe Classified Series, part of the Cobra Island subline of the G.I. Joe Classified Series, brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro. Not so fine folks if you are sick of this Target exclusive bullshit. I certainly am. I don't see exclusives as really having any benefit to anybody other than scalpers, because they'll make a buttload of money off them, and the people who really want them will have to pay up the ass on eBay for them. I'm just saying. But with that being said, shout out to the same local friend of mine, who shall remain nameless for privacy reasons, for picking this guy up for me. He's got my last 3 G.I. Joe Classified Series figures. He picked up Lady J and Flint for me, as well as the Death Metal Wonder Woman from McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse, all of which weren't exclusives and are still really solid figures. Just saying, if you just want really solid figures and don't want to bother with exclusives, that's the way to go. But with that being said, right out the gate, I think this is one of the best figures in this line, and I know nothing about this character. I may have seen him in the cartoon before, but I just don't remember a lot about him. Apparently he's Australian too, which is kind of crazy. Oh, it's a Major Bludd. I'm taking out the G.I. Joes. That was horrible, but I never claimed to be a professional, did I? Even though some people think I am. Shame on you. But taking a look at this guy, he is a mean son of a bitch, isn't he? Kinda looks like Dingo from Gargoyles for some reason, who's also Australian, and voiced by Jim Cummings. Just saying, if they got this guy in a G.I. Joe cartoon again, I think that would be a good way to go. I know it wasn't the best Australian impression. Give him a break. It's Jim Cummings. What do you want? But, yeah, I'd say this kind of looks like Dingo with an eye patch from Gargoyles. But, yeah, he's a mean mofo. He is not happy to be here, and he's pissed off and mad about it. Kind of reminds me of what Mr. Bryan looks like when the local scalper buys all the Hot Wheels drag buses. Am I right? But jokes aside, it's a really sweet figure. He's got some tactical kind of armor here. It's got some cowboy boots. Look at that. I don't think these are reused from Cobra Commander because they got the armor on the front, but I could be wrong. He's got this holster with the belt that goes around his hip, and it's also connected to the belt that goes around his waist. You can see more armor on the back there. He's got a shoulder pauldron, which is articulated and apparently comes off, but mine is not loose and it's not coming off easily, so it's staying on there. He does have a T-800 arm, which is interesting. Was that always a thing with him? Was he always like a cyborg? I don't know. Again, I don't remember this character, although he very well could have been in the show or the animated movie back when I was watching those things on the Hub Network before they went all lame ass and just played My Little Pony and Strawberry Shortcake all the freaking time. Boo! But articulation on this guy, he's got a ball in the neck that allows him to move all around. And then he's got a hinge at the top of the neck, so you can look up all the way. It is pretty stiff, so be careful with that. You don't want to break your toys. Hashtag don't break your toys. You can rotate all the way around, snap his neck, now he's dead. Although he is a cyborg, is he really dead? He's got a little bit of bobble on that neck peg there. Shoulders go out to the side about that far. They swing forward and back. And then he's got a full 360 in the shoulder as well. Bicep swivel, double joint at the elbow. Punch himself in his own face, which is amusing to me. I believe this Cobra Trooper arm on this side, and then along with the lower torso and most of the legs, I think that's all Cobra Trooper parts. And then he's got a hinge in the wrist that goes up and down on this side, as well as full rotation. On this side, he's got, of course, the hinge shoulder pad, and this arm will move out a little bit. It doesn't move out a ton, to be honest with you. But it does swing forward and back, which is nice. Can't put it back down. And this wrist, unfortunately, has the in and out hinge for whatever stupid reason. I don't understand why they do that, but whatever. Ab crunch clicks back pretty far and forward. One click each. Waist is the ball joint, rotates around, has some lean to it, not too shabby. Hips are on the drop down joints, drop down pretty easily. Go back up, you can kick his leg forward, you can kick it out. Not a lot of problems with the hip joints on my Joes lately. Knock on wood, that continues. He's got a thigh cut here. He's got a double jointed knee. Can he kick his own? Nah, he can't kick his own Aussie ass. Not with a little effort anyways. His thigh cut's a little loose, but right there it's not too bad. He's got a swivel in the boot, as well as a hinge in the foot, with a rocker joint and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. For the display stand he does not have, because they don't include display stands with these figures. Please excuse the flushing of the toilet in the background if you can hear it. My room is conveniently located next to the bathroom, and of course everyone in this house has to piss while I'm recording videos. And no, I'm not cutting it this time, because you know what? I have other shit to do today. Why me? But there you go. It's not like this is monetized anyways. So accessories. Speaking of other things I'm not doing anymore, I'm no longer going to be recording accessories as separate clips, because who cares? It was okay or whatever, but I don't think it was 100% necessary. And this way you get to see the figure with all their gear and whatnot. I think it's a little bit better look at them. So he comes with dog tags, which are a little bit big, to be honest. I think they could have made these half this size. But they're so big you can literally just go bloop, plop them right over his head. And aside from that, he does come with his helmet with a little spike on it. And you can plop that onto his head as well. There you go. Sits perfectly on there. Next up, he has a couple of blasters here. He's got this kind of teched out revolver, which is pretty sweet. And then he's got the iconic kind of missile gun or rocket gun, which has kind of a slot for the missiles. We'll talk about that in a minute. But this gun here goes into the holster on his hip there. And it's to my understanding that Major Bludd's kind of like a mercenary. Is that it? And also his name was changed. It used to be spelled B-L-O-O-D. Now it's B-L-U-D-D. Probably to make it a little bit more kid-friendly. Though most kids probably don't know who the hell this is anyways. But also, like I said, he comes with the rockets, which plug into the end of the blaster here, which is pretty sweet. There you go. And like I said, it looks like they were supposed to peg in up here too, but they don't. So that's kind of stupid. And yeah. We have an entire house for you two to talk anywhere, and you're doing it right there? I'm leaving that in. Either way, it's got two missiles there. Hashtag distracting parents. And then he's got a backpack, which the blaster can store on. You just peg it into the side. Somewhere. Jeez, it's not the easiest thing to find. Where is that little bugger? There. Peg it into the side right there, and then the missiles just kind of slot into the back. Like so. That might have sounded like a loud snap, but I assure you these things kind of just fall out. I have a position for these so they stay in there nice and snug. I have a method to this madness, but trying to make this as quick and painless as possible. There you go. Missile store back there. I guess if you wanted to, you could put a little sticky tack or something in there. Just a little drops worth. Tighten that up maybe. But of course it does peg into the back. Somewhere. There's a hole back here. One day we will find it. Is that it right up here? There it is. And there you go. There he is all decked out with his gear. I'm probably going to display him with his crazy blaster pistol in his hand. I was never crazy about how the guns store in the backpacks. I think it's kind of silly. I always think a blaster should be holstered, but that's just me. There is Major Bludd with all of his accoutrements. So with that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Hopefully with a little bit more, peace and quiet. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here's Major Bludd next to a couple other members of Cobra. We have the infamous Cobra Commander and Destro. Kind of a throwback with these two. I haven't pulled them out for a size comparison in quite a long time. But you could see that Major Bludd's kind of on the short side, isn't he? Up next, here he is next to a couple other members of Cobra. We have the infamous Target exclusive, say it with me now, Cobra Island Firefly. Shout out to T-Biz for the hookup on that one. And then, of course, we have the mighty Zartan. And last but certainly not least, got our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. So with that being said, time to wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and not only does this mark a bit of a milestone for me as far as reviewing this line goes, that's right, we have essentially reviewed every single figure from this line with the exception of hard as balls to find variants like the Cobra Trooper. But I digress. Or, stuff I didn't pick up. But again, I digress. This figure is, I'm going to say, top 5 of the line for me. My top 2 favorites are always going to be Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander, just because those are my favorite characters as far as G.I. Joe goes. But this guy, Zartan, Destro, there's a lot of really solid figures in this line, and this guy's no exception to that. He is, again, a little bit more on the muted side, yes, but that works for this character. He looks like he's supposed to, with, a few exceptions, because it is kind of modernized, it's stylized, it's a little bit different than the super retro classic version of Major Bludd that I know from the cartoon show, which is kind of a lie, because I don't remember this guy in the cartoon show, but a lot of the dudes who wore this style of helmet kind of just fell into the background for me. Maybe I saw an episode or two with him in it, but I can't say I recall offhand if I did or not. But with that being said, this guy is in the running for top 10 action figures of the year, despite the fact that that's subject to change, especially with all the stuff that's supposed to drop this month and next month. I'm going to do a top 10 action figures of the year so far video, probably in July at some point, because, well, I think it'd be, first of all, really good content for the channel, and I think it's worth doing because, yeah, there's still almost half a year left by the time that video is posted, so God knows what else is coming out. Super 7's going full throttle with all kinds of Ultimate stuff. NECA's bringing out Gargoyles. McFarlane's bringing back Spawn. There's still more G.I. Joes, Marvel Legends, Transformers, Star Wars Black Series figures, which I actually don't really review on this channel anymore because can't find the damn things. Everyone's going crazy. And then, you know, Mattel's being Mattel because Mattel. I'm kind of excited for the Revelations figures, but again, I digress. But yeah, I would highly recommend you pick this guy up. He is a little bit easier, quote-unquote, you know, knock on wood, easier to find right now. The local buddy, who shall not be named for privacy reasons, did see 4 of these, as I said earlier, so, you know, maybe they're getting a case per store. Just hit them up before the local hoarder does and buys all 6 of them. Or 4, or however many they get. Because there are people like that. And for those of you who are like that, hashtag you suck. Like, really freaking hard. So with that being said, jokes aside, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. If you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions for live unboxing videos of all kinds of stuff. Got a massive Motu one coming really soon. BBTS just needs to, you know, get my shit in. The hell. But in case you do miss the live unboxings, I do upload them to IGTV afterwards so you can watch them in their full train wrecked glory at your own leisure. But as always, don't forget to leave a comment. Comment section below. Let me know what you think of this figure. If you like or don't like this figure. If you are jonesing for or gonna pass on this figure. Personally, I don't know anyone who's gonna pass on this figure. Or anyone who doesn't want this figure. If you do, you're not into G.I. Joe. And really, I'm kind of a hypocrite because for the longest time I did not really care for G.I. Joe other than watching the cartoon. I enjoyed watching the cartoon. I guess I can't say I'm 100% hypocrite. Maybe close to 80%. 80% hypocrisy from this guy towards this line. But once they brought out the classified series, now it was all over. I had to get into it. So, but remember, as always, keep the comments civil. Because the world sucks enough as it is. Especially when you have a brain fart. It's literally the last line of your outro. And until next time, I will catch you guys later.